Bruh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that's right. The old Sport Check in town has a big old picture of this dude right in front of their storefront. And with that said, I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to go out there and review this Imports Dragon early Quinn Hughes action figure. Now, this is a full-size Imports Dragon toy, not like the Ryan Suter that we had taken a look at a few days ago. And I wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about the Quinn Hughes story as it pertains to the Vancouver Canucks, because I'm sure a lot of Canucks fans these days, they have a much different sentiment towards this guy compared to how they felt before. But this is an NHL figure from Imports Dragon. When was this made? This was back from, I believe it was 2018, if not a little bit later than that. The copyright legalese on the back go out there with all the information. Imports Dragon Figures, NHLfigures.com. This package contains one figurine, one base, and one hockey stick. And it doesn't seem to actually say the year of release on the back of this figure here. But with that said, there still are some things that we can talk about when it comes to Quinn Hughes, a guy that was by far the most talented defenseman the Vancouver Canucks had ever had. He overtook Alex Edler for all the records in Vancouver Canucks defenseman history. And for a while, this was a guy whose name was inevitably going to be retired as the best Vancouver Canucks defenseman ever. Until he requested out. Until it became plainly obvious that this guy, who was an American dude, wanted to play in the States, and he wanted to play potentially with his brothers in New Jersey. Despite that fact, he ended up getting traded to Minnesota, and a lot of the media interviews that he did after the fact really soured a lot of Canucks fans on the captaincy that was Quinn Hughes' reign from 2023 up until 2025. As it pertains to this figure, though, you can see in classic Imports Dragon style. Let's see if we can get some of the dust off of the front there. I probably should have done that earlier. My bad. You can see that the jersey is pretty smooth. The colors are a little dark, unfortunately. I think a lot of these Imports Dragon figures suffered from maybe a little dullness of the blues in the paint that they used. But this definitely does have some nice decal work, as noted by the Canucks logo on the front. The stripes, the greens and the whites, they're a little fuzzy, unfortunately. And you can say the same thing about the stripes on the arms as well. Ultimately, the face sculpt, it looks kind of like Quinn Hughes. I think the sculpt itself is fine, but the paint is a little weird, especially around the eyes. You can see that there's maybe not much Quinn Hughes likeness being put on display over there. Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter much if you keep it in the box like this figure currently is housed. I'd say that for what it's worth, it looks really good as a display piece. If you were to put this on your wall, if you were to hang this somewhere, there's a lot that you can visibly be appreciative of when it comes to this Quinn Hughes figure. And then, of course, there is the base on the bottom there, Quinn Hughes. Is this limited edition? No, this is not limited edition. His name and number is also on the back there. You can see that inside. Obviously, we are out in public, so I'm not going to go out there and open this at the moment. But there is a pretty nice figure with some pretty good history behind it to talk about here on this YouTube channel, Ice Hockey POV. So with that said, if there's any more hockey memorabilia you want to talk about, let me know in the comments. How do you feel about the Quinn Hughes departure from the Vancouver Canucks? And what are your thoughts on this 6-inch collectible figurine from Imports Dragon Figures? They no longer have the NHL license. That belongs to McFarlane now. But with that said, you can let me know your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one here on Ice Hockey POV.